What's up guys? So a little while back I uploaded my review of the 2020 Porsche 911, the 992. I actually never got to do the driving portion of that review because the car sold halfway through the review. Now that was the Carrera S, so it was rear-wheel drive, it was a coupe, and it wasn't the most well-optioned car. It was guards red, it was a very nice color combo, but as far as options and all that, it wasn't that loaded. So now thanks to HGreg LUX and Pompano Beach, they have actually just gotten a few 992s in. One is a coupe, one is a convertible or cabriolet, and they're both Carrera 4Ss. Now I'm driving the cabriolet right now, and it's pretty well fully loaded. It's got active exhaust, it has the retractable spoiler, adaptive cruise control, all the bells and whistles. This is not really going to be a full review because I've already reviewed the 992, so I'm going to include down below a link to that review, and this is really going to be more of a follow-up or really driving impression. So it's going to be a lot of driving footage, a lot of me driving, a lot of sound clips, and you'll get to hear a lot of that active exhaust. So let's go check it out. So interior wise, it's really the same as the red one that I reviewed. There are a few extras. This has heated and cooled seats, the carbon fiber trim all around here, the full leather dashboard, the red seat belts, but otherwise everything's pretty much the same. Same sound system, all the same gauges, buttons, switches. The infotainment still works the same way. It's a very, very responsive touchscreen. So you have the active exhaust system, spoiler control, you just hold it to retract. Press it once for it to go out. You got start, stop, sport, sport plus, wet, normal, individual. We'll leave it in sport. Close the exhaust for now. Let's see what else you got. Chassis control, normal, sport. Here's all the controls. So as you're holding it, it actively shows you it's closing, and then you press it once and it comes out. Press the exhaust and everything highlights. It's pretty cool. Chassis control, so you can adjust that. Put it back into sport. It's got the sport chrono option, and of course it's a soft top. So put the top down, you just hold this. It'll put the front windows up, and then for even more protection from the wind, you hold this here. It's called the wind stop. So if you want to put the roof up, just hold that. The wind stop will go down. The windows will go down. Here comes the roof. It's a very, very fast power soft top. The windows go up. And it's nice and quiet again. So as you can see, this C4S or Carrera 4S has adaptive cruise control, the optional Porsche LED matrix system or X-Sight. It's a very expensive headlight option that the Carrera S I actually reviewed before did not have. It's got the standard design wheels, steel brakes, this nice actually black metallic paint. It has a lot of blue flake in it. If you look at it at just the right angle, you can see a lot of blue. And of course you've got the cloth soft top, retractable spoiler, that lovely full-length light bar. This vehicle is actually debadged from the factory when you had the black Porsche letters here, and the polished or chrome strips up here that once again add up to 911. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. Pretty cool. Love that taillight design. But all in all, pretty much the same as the red one I reviewed. So now we're gonna get a start up into revs, and then we're gonna see what it's like to drive. Alright, so finally I get a chance to drive the 2020 992 911. I've been waiting for this moment since I went to see the pre-production model at Champion Porsche about, I think it was last year or maybe very early this year. Yeah, here we go, 2020 992 911. So right now I've got it in automatic mode in normal. I have the suspension in comfort, and the exhaust valves, actually I'm going to close them. So I just got a lot quieter. It's actually pretty stiff and normal. I don't know if this actually it does have adjustable suspension, so I've got it in chassis control and normal. So it's pretty stiff. I mean, it's a 911, it's a sports car, it's not meant to be a luxury limousine, but it's still very compliant and it is quite comfortable. So now I'm going to put it into Sport Plus. Got the drive mode select wheel here. Sport Plus, open the exhaust valve. We'll put the chassis control to sport. And then just drop the gear. Let's this thing moves. Now this is the Carrera S. It is turbocharged, but it's not a turbo or turbo S. But you do get that amazing all-wheel drive grip, as well as the rear-wheel steering. Very tight U-turns. Now in Sport Plus, the PDK kicks. It's programmed to do that. If you put it in Sport, it doesn't kick as much or really at all. But it's really, I mean, the electric power steering is responsive. It feels fantastic. There really is nothing like a 911. You can comfortably throw it in the corners knowing it's going to come out on the other side. What an incredible machine. So now we're going to turn around. Still have it in Sport Plus. That active exhaust sounds very good. Car does incredibly tight U-turns thanks to that rear-wheel steering. I'll leave it in automatic for now. The car just handles so well. It actually likes to hold gears a little longer than I would like, so I'm just going to put it in manual mode for now. And with the chassis mode in Sport, it is so firm and tight. It honestly feels not far from a GT3. Now I know a GT3 and GT3 RS is much tighter, way firmer, act like a race car for the street. But for this new 992 generation, it honestly feels like an older, like a 991, maybe 0.1 or 0.2 GT3, as far as the suspension goes. Downshifts are very precise, rev matches. That PDK is a real amazing transmission. All right, now we're going to do a little launch control. So we got foot hard on the brake. This car is an absolute rocket ship. Compared to the rear-wheel drive 992, this has a lot more grip. Now that I'm driving the C4S, you can really appreciate the amount of mechanical grip it has thanks to that all-wheel drive, as well as the rear-wheel steering in corners. It just sticks to the road. It really is astonishing. So something I forgot to add that I'm going to demonstrate in a second. With using the drive mode selector here, I got it in Sport Plus. Now we're going to hit the Sport Response button, which gives us 20 seconds of extra boost. So I'll do a little launch control. 20 seconds you get extra boost. I don't know how much exactly, but as you can tell from the left gauge showing the miles per hour, it's definitely a difference when it comes to how much, how aggressive the launch is. What an incredible car. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this driving portion for the 2020 992 911 Carrera 4S Cabriolet. See you next time.